Hello. Just went live. How's it? Wow, we've already got 3 people in here. Hey, Eva, I see you. How are you doing tonight? How is everybody this evening? 4 people? Hello. Hey, everybody. We just went live tonight. This is a 10,000 subscriber live stream. How are you, Eva? Slayer, Sonic. Hi, guys. How are you all doing tonight? You have bad news. What's that mean, Sonic? Thanks, Kerbal. Hello from Sweden. Brandon. Hey. I'm fine and dandy. Good. How are you? Oh, pretty good. Just kind of cold here in West Virginia. Let's see. Not too bad, Slayer. Just another day in paradise. Just trying to get through everything. Nathan. Hi, Nathan. Sonic, I apparently was exposed to someone with COVID. Oh, that's terrible, man. Sonic, are you okay? Do you have to quarantine? Eli, hello. Salary, hello. Titanic discussions. Keep up the good work, my man. Well, thank you. I enjoy the Titanic videos. I really like doing the whole like discussion videos. Like if Titanic didn't split in 2, that was a lot of fun. Cryptic, hi from the UK. Love your channel. Thank you, Cryptic. Sonic, I gotta stay home, but I'm okay. Sonic, have you do you know for a fact that you've got it, or you were just exposed to someone with it? 4014 Productions. Hello, Historic Travels. Hi. Cross, can you make a video about the Titanic switch theory? That is on my list. That is something I am going to cover at some point. Tony, whoa, 10K, yeah, crazy. I finished a Discord server, by the way. Eva, I've actually been working on a Discord server. I've been working on that. When it's ready to go, I will make it public. Lewis, congratulations. Thank you. Gail, hello, Sam. Congrats. Thank you. Sonic, I don't know for sure. All right, Sonic, just be safe, man, and just be careful. If you say my name correct, I'll donate. All right, I'm going to give it my best shot here. David Dose? I don't know. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. If you don't know about the Big Boy 4005 wreck, it was a disaster. I know what the Big Boy is, but I didn't know there was a major disaster with him. Music. Good evening. Love your videos. Thanks, Music. Oh, wait, what was that question? How would you make a video about the Olympic? The Olympic is on my list. It is something that I am going to make a video about. It's on my back burner. I have a big list. Anytime I get a good idea or anything I see, a topic that I want to do, I just put it in the list and then I just get to it as I go. Lewis, could you do a video about what if Titanic was still moving like Britannic as she sank? Oh, that's a really good discussion video. How would Titanic sink if she was still moving like Britannic? That's very interesting. I really like that. Give me a second, Lewis. I'm going to put that into my list of ideas. Thank you, Lewis. I will make sure to give you a shout out. All right, you're on the list, Lewis. I'll give you a shout out when the video goes up. Montreal, hey, dude, I suggest you could talk about my models. Oh, hey, man. Yeah, I didn't see your comment about your models. We need to figure out how to get in touch. When I post my Discord, we can talk on there. But yeah, I'm very curious to see your models. And it's easy. It's not too hard to find me on Facebook. Oh, wait, we got our first super chat. Thanks a lot, man. Salaryman, $6.99. Have a great day. Hi from Canada. Oh, thanks, Salary. I really appreciate it. Hello from West Virginia in the United States. Salaryman, what part of Canada are you in? Lucas. Hi, Lucas. Nate Animator, did the passengers get sucked into the Lusitania's funnels? I don't know of any passengers that actually got dragged down with the ship, but I do know the Lusitania's funnels did generate a whirlpool effect when they went down because the Lusitania just kind of dropped. So I do know there was a whirlpool effect, but as far as people actually being sucked down with the ship, I do not know. And we have another super chat. Thank you so much from Channel, I can't pronounce the last part of your name, but thank you. $7.99. Thank you very much. I love your videos. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Adam, hi from Canada. Hi from America. Wait, hold on, wait. I just saw something. Barrier, West Virginia. I work on a towboat and I've ridden with many guys in the Point Pleasant area. I'm a little ways from Point Pleasant, but Barrier, have you ever heard of the Mothman? The Mothman is pretty big in West Virginia folklore. Let's see. Tanker, I had a book on the Titanic from like 2012 or something. It's gone now. What happened to your book, Tanker? Another super chat from Jackson. $1. Thanks, Jackson. I don't see a message though. Alf, hello from Ireland. Hello from America. Melissa, your slight accent is cute. Oh, well, Tarn, thank you so much, Melissa. How do you like my fake accent right now? I know I have a good little accent, but that was fake. I kind of dramatized that a little bit. But thank you. I do have a little accent. I lived in Florida for a while, and people were always commenting on it because I worked at Best Buy when I lived in Florida, and I was going to college, and I went, "Welcome to Best Buy. How y'all doing?" And they went, "Y'all, where are you from?" So I do have a little bit of an accent. I'm West Virginia born and raised and proud of it. Silas, congrats. Greetings from Texas. Silas, I actually lived in Arizona for a while. I worked on a mine in a little town called Safford. Are you familiar with it? Lucas, hi from Brazil. Hi, Lucas. Hi from West Virginia. Barrier, wait. Oh, Barrier, there are many times. I've been under the current bridges. I rode the Ohio River. Oh, Barrier, did you go underneath the New River Gorge Bridge? J-Man, could you do a video of the Titanic was struck by the stern? Oh, another discussion video. That's actually already on my list. Do a video if the Titanic had hit the iceberg on the back, like around the stern section. That would be very, very interesting, and that is going to be a discussion video. Let's see. Eva, do you think the dome on the aft grand... Wait. Hang on, wait. Do you think the dome on the aft grand staircase would have imploded when it went under? That's a good question, and the biggest question would be is if the grand staircase at the back part of the ship was damaged at all by the breakup. That's the most curious thing. Let me see here. Because it looks like, I don't know if it would have imploded as such, but it might have. But the biggest question is how compromised was it from the breakup? But it was still further after the breakup zone, so it's possible. It could have imploded like that. Oh, we got another super chat. Wait, hang on. I just lost it. It's pronounced channel, but you're welcome. Thanks, man. And hello from Australia. Well, thanks, man. I really, really appreciate it. Titanic historian, hi for the south of the UK. Can you do a video on if the Titanic capsized instead of going down by the head? I actually did make it a video discussing why the Titanic didn't capsize, but that could be another good discussion video. To summarize real quick, if Titanic would have capsized, it would have been really bad. Thomas Andrews, the ship's designer, thought the ship was going to capsize in less than an hour. Let's see. Hello, from Cole. Hello, congrats on 10K. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Amber, hello from England. Hello from America. I've actually been to England before. I went to England in fall of 2018, and I actually got to tour Buckingham Palace. It was absolutely beautiful. Top Cat, hello from Chicago. You're not too far from me, Top Cat. Nathan, I see you said please, but I don't know what that was for. Let's see. Legion, love your Titanic videos. Thank you. Lost in Limbo. Hi, watching from Ireland, not too far from where Titanic was built. That's really cool. Are you close to Belfast, Lost in Limbo? Hunter, hello from California. Hunter, I was actually in California not too long ago. How are you doing? Finn, hello from Greenland. Wow, we've got people all over the world tonight. Chorus, your dog is cute. Aw, thanks. Rosie's a doll baby. If y'all want, I can go get Rosie here in a minute and show her off on the camera. I'm sure she wouldn't mind being in the spotlight for a second. Do y'all want me to go get Rosie? Let me know in the chat if y'all want me to go get Rosie. Watching from California, the part I live in sucks. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Brick, hello from England. Hello. Hello from America. Dog, yes, get Rosie. Sure, yes, yes. Okay, I'll go get Rosie in just a second. All right. I'm going to go get Rosie right now. Give me just a minute. Come here, girl. Come here. All right, everybody. Here's Rosie. Rosie, say hi to everybody. I think she wants to take a nap. Rosie, can you say hi? Can everybody see her? All right, Rosie, you're good. Hi, Rosie. Oh, now she wants to play. Look. Come here. Say hi to everybody, Rosie. Rosie, get your spotlight. All right, you're good. Rosie's a doll, baby. Oh, hey, super chat from Graham Knight. Thank you, man. $5. Thank you so much. My great-grandfather sailed on the Olympic in the 30s. That's really cool. Do you know, Graham, do you know if he was doing was he doing a transatlantic crossing? Where was he going? Brandon, sweet puppy. Hi, Rosie. Yes, one cute dog. Rosie is a mess, let me tell you. So cute. Rosie needs a kennel on the Titanic too. I think I'd be afraid for her to be on the Titanic too. Anthony, hello from New Zealand. Wow, we got everybody here tonight. Congrats on 10K. Really love, from Caden. Congrats on 10K. Really love what you do and greatly enjoy watching your videos while I do homework. Also, Rosie is adorable. Thank you. Let's see. Swordmaster, what other ships do you want to cover? I'm going to cover a whole bunch of ships. I've already ventured off on Lusitania. Eventually, I am going to cover the Britannic. This one's going to be in the near future. I'm going to do Britannic. I'm also going to talk about the Edmund Fitzgerald. I don't have a model of the Edmund Fitzgerald, but I do have a cargo ship model I guess I could use for a demo. I don't know. I'm going to do a bunch of videos. I want to do a video on the Hood. I want to do one on the Bismarck. All kinds of ships. I even want to cover some like other historical events too. Maybe the Hindenburg at some point. Ben the Train Man. Hi, Ben. Maybe do the liners of World War II from Tanker. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I think it would be one thing that I really want to do is I want to cover like Dunkirk. I think Dunkirk would be a really interesting topic when I get into World War II and other topics like that. Swordmaster, what about the Concordia? I am going to cover the Concordia as well. I'll cover modern ships. I briefly mentioned the Oceanus in my video yesterday. I might do a video on that. Shane, love your videos. Thank you. Marcus, congrats on 10K. Wishes from the Faroe Islands. Where's that? Courtney, what are your views on the conspiracy about the Titanic really being the Olympic? There is no evidence of that. The biggest evidence that they try to push out there is the insurance money. However, the easiest way to argue that case is Titanic was not fully insured. So that means that there is no way to get insurance money. You know, Titanic wasn't a fully insured ship. And another argument that I hear that they like to talk about is that the list that the Titanic had while she was at sea, they like to say that was from the Olympic Hawk collision. However, it was from the coal fire, where they moved the coal from the starboard side to the left side, and that's what caused the ship to have a slight list while she was sailing, which they conveniently don't talk about in the conspiracy. So there is no stock in that whatsoever. Rick, did you notice you're on the 11th K? Oh, did I jump over 11,000? I did not notice that. That's crazy. Everybody on here, thank you all so much. What's been going on with my channel, I am absolutely blown away, and I really could not do it without the support that everybody here is giving me. So everybody here, thank you. And I've really been enjoying this journey, and I love making these videos, and it means a lot that everybody here likes my videos as well. Hey, another super chat from, wait, oh, dang it, I just lost it. Channel, my great-grandfather was a worker that helped build the Titanic. Really? He was a carpenter on the construction. Just thought I'd share that. That is really cool. I'd like to talk to you about that. Maybe do a video about your great-grandfather's backstory. That would be very interesting. Message me in the comments about that, and we can try and make contact. Alex, my great-grandfather served on the Britannic. Wow. Alex, I'd like to talk to you as well. That's really cool. Okay, hang on, guys. Jake, on newer ships, the lifeboats, wait. These questions are coming in so fast. On newer ships, this is from Jake Orr, On newer ships, the lifeboats are on the lower deck. Why is that? Um, I never really thought about it, but I guess it would be just because it'd be easier for them to launch. They don't have to travel down so far, and it'd just be easier to launch them. That would be my guess. But if there's an official reason, I do not know. Chorus, would you make Titanic out of Legos? That would be really, really challenging. I don't mess with Legos all that much though, but there are some incredible Lego Titanic models out there. Wow, we have 189 people in here. That's crazy. Everybody who's new, hello. How is everybody tonight? Forgotten USA. I've been binge watching your videos over the past week. Thanks. I've always been a Titanic history buff since I was a kid, so I'm very fond of your Titanic series. Greetings from New Jersey. Thanks, Forgotten. I'm actually in West Virginia, so we're not too far from each other. I visited New York City March of last year. Error flies. Can you make a video about the sinking of the Empress of Ireland? That is on my list. I am going to cover the Empress of Ireland at some point. Excuse me. Taylor, could we raise the Britannic? Raising the Britannic, while it's technically possible, I'm not sure we should. I mean, you got to remember the Britannic is the biggest ocean liner on the seabed. So I don't really know how you would raise it unless you cut the ship up. But then again, you kind of ruin the ship if you did that. So I think they should leave it where it is. I mean, I guess it's technically possible, but I don't really think they should. Another super chat from Super Snake 151. Thank you. Where did you gain all of your knowledge? From a lifetime of studying. I have been into Titanic since I was a kid. When the James Cameron movie came out, that's what sparked my initial interest. And I've just studied the ship my whole life. I was born in 1991. And I remember my great-grandmother. She was born in 1908. Had nothing to do with Titanic at all. But I remember being about, I don't know, 6 or 7. And I remember we were going to go visit her. And I asked my mom, do you think she knows anything about Titanic? And my mother said, Sam, don't bug her about that. She was only 3. She wouldn't know anything about it. I'm like, okay. So even as a young kid, I was very, very interested in Titanic. Josh, what are you talking about? I'm talking about my history with Titanic when I got into it. Montreal, Sam is 30. I will be 30 in August. I am 29 right now. I have not crossed the 30 threshold yet, but it is coming. Let's see. Hi from Canada. Wait, hang on. Hi from Canada. I just completely lost your message. Charlie, hey, Historic Travels, can you make a video about the sinking of the USS Indianapolis? That is on my list. That is a ship that I am going to cover. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We got 2 super chats. Okay, hang on. Okay, let's do Titanic discussions first. In the book Dead Wake by Eric Lawson about the Lusitania, I have read it. I love that book. I believe the author states 3 passengers were drawn into the funnel only to be ejected from the funnel by emerging air. That does sound familiar. It's been a while since I read it, but that would make sense because the funnels were still open and the water would have a place to flow in. So that does make sense. I don't think they got sucked down with the ship, though, but I don't know. I could be wrong about that. But Dead Wake is a great, great book. So much information. I actually am planning to do a video about U-20, the submarine that actually sunk the Lusitania. Let's see. Epic Zombie Killer. Hey, can you make a video on why the Britannic sank so fast and what caused it to sink? Epic Zombie? Epic Zombie, I like your name. That is on my list, and that is something that I am going to cover. Let's see. And thank you for the super chat, by the way, Epic Zombie. Alex Crawford. My great uncle was a tail gunner on Halifax and was shot down over Germany. He died because his parachute got stuck. Oh gosh, that's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. That's really bad. Okay. Salden Nation, could you make a video about what if a ship got to Titanic while it was still sinking? Oh, wait, hang on. Kristen, you missed my super chat. Oh, I did not see your super chat if you sent me one. Can you repeat the question? I will read it. Make sure to keep an eye out for your name. And I completely forgot what I was going to already answer. Steven, the chat's blowing up big time. Yes, it is. Hunter, do you work for Titanic Honor and Glory? I have nothing to do with Titanic Honor and Glory, but I have great respect for them, and I would love to work with them on a project someday. Okay, Historic Travels. Even though it's sad, what are you most excited to be revealed through Titanic's further deterioration? Oh, that's a good question. What would be really interesting to see in the I mean, if as the Titanic further deteriorates, we would get to see. Well, actually, I don't even know if we could see more because the more the ship deteriorates, the more stuff on the inside is breaking apart. So honestly, I think the Titanic deteriorating would be a bad thing because we wouldn't be able to see as much detail, even though the ship would open up. But I think the ship will just like collapse. I don't think it'll just slowly rot away. Whoa, 2 more super chats. Okay, guys, hang on. Thank you. Channel. He was on my dad's side. My dad told me about it when I was talking to my dad about my fascination with Titanic. Also, what are your thoughts on Titanic 2? I will answer that question in 1 second. We have another super chat. Epic Zombie Killer. Hey, I'm also a huge Titanic lover and enthusiast. Been a fan since childhood. Also, have you played Titanic VR? Epic Zombie, I have played Titanic VR, and it's really cool for what it is. And Channel, on Titanic 2, Ellen, thank you both for the super chat. As far as Titanic 2 is concerned, I'm not a big fan of them building it because you got to remember the Titanic is a very small ship by today's standards. So if they rebuilt the Titanic 2, I don't know. I mean, you got to remember it was a tragedy, and I feel like they're just trying to capitalize on the Titanic name a little bit. Kristen, I asked, will you do different topics like World War II? I am going to cover different topics, and if I missed your super chat, I am sorry. But yes, I am going to cover other topics. Guys, give me just a second. All right, I had to fix my heater. Threatening to cook me alive in here. Let's see. Here. It's Flex here. Or it's Felix? It's Felix here. Are you talking about... It's Felix here. Are you referring to the guy from Ray Zero? Jack and Rose were real. They were not real. There was a Jack. I believe there was a Jack Dawson, though. Or not Jack, James Dawson, I think. Chicken. I forgot her name, but she was a nurse who was on the Olympic, Titanic, and Britannic and survived the latter two. Yes, that was Violet Jessup. Chickadee Chicken. I actually just made a video about her. That was Violet Jessup. Okay. All right. 2 more super chats. Guys, thank you so much. Red Trooper, can you review the SS Somalia? Somalia? I'm actually not familiar with the SS Somalia, but I will add that to my list right now. Thank you for the super chat, Red Trooper. Give me just a second here. I'm going to add you to the list, and I will give you a shout out when I cover it. SS Somalia. Your name is Red Trooper. Thank you so much for the super chat, and you're on the list. Red Trooper. I will look into that video. I will look into that ship, and when I get the topic done, I will give you a shout out when I do the video. And we had one more super chat from Zombie Killer again. Thanks, man. It'd be cool for me who grew up on the Titanic experience what it was like. I mean, the Titanic 2 would be cool to see, but I think I would be more in favor of it if it was a museum, like a dedicated building. Because you got to remember, the Titanic was it's very adequated by today's standards. And if you built a modern cruise ship out of it, it wouldn't be the same ship. You know, I mean, you got to remember, quality of life standards in 1912 are way different than quality of life standards we have now. So it may look like the Titanic 2 on the outside, but if they go anything off of those CGI designs I've seen, I don't like the idea personally. Amber, just wanted to share my great-grandmother survived the Titanic. That's crazy, Amber. What was your great-grandmother's name? I like the Titanic models. Thanks, Thinking Ships. Burning, do you believe the Titanic was swapped? I do not. I've already covered that. I'm going to make a dedicated video disproving the whole switch theory. But to summarize, one real quick thing they always say it was over insurance money. Titanic was not a fully insured ship, so that does not make sense. MR Slug, I love your videos. Thank you. Lucas, bye guys. See you, Lucas. Finster, hi. Okay, whoa, so many questions. Okay. Historic travels. This is from Slanmation. Could you make a video about what if a ship got to the Titanic while it was sinking? That would be very, very interesting. If a ship actually made it to Titanic while it was sinking. I'm going to make a note of that right now. That's a very, man, we got a bunch of discussion topics. What if a ship to Titanic while it was sinking? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That'll be a really, really good discussion video. But if a ship did make it to Titanic, the ocean was so calm that night, I really think they could have basically helped everybody. Aeroflies, will you ever consider talking about the historical accuracy and errors of ship movies like Greyhound, Captain Phillips, Titanic, etc.? Making them be talking about all the errors and accuracies in movies. That is a really, really good, wow, man. Everybody here, y'all are just killing it on the ideas tonight. Thank you so much. That's another good video. Hey, guys, that's awesome. It means a lot. It means a lot that so many of you are so interested in this. Error. I'm making a note of that too. Error sales. Okay. Titanic movie accuracies. Got it. Thank you. Charlie, what is your favorite ship of the White Star Line? Well, Titanic is the ship that is closest to my heart. Titanic is the ship that I have the deepest connection with. But if I was around at the time, I would probably want to sail on the Olympic just because she was first. I am a fan of the big four as well. The Baltic, the Adriatic, the Celtic, and the Cedric. I think I got all those right. I think I got the big four right. Kyle, have you seen the Titanic movie? Kyle, which one? There are a bunch of Titanic movies. Walter, if the port door and port side windows were not open, would the Titanic have taken longer? That is very, very interesting question. Thank you, Walter. If the D-deck gangway door, for those of you who don't know what he's talking about, so when the Titanic was sinking, it has these gangway doors here on the side, and these doors were what the passengers used in order to board the ship. And at a certain point in the night, when the ship was sinking, Lightoller ordered some men to go down and open up the doors, and those doors were left open and forgotten about. And then as the ship went down, when those doors went under, then the ship seemed to develop a very, very strong list. And that door is theorized to be bigger than all the iceberg damage combined. Whoa, we got another super chat, a big one, $30. Wow. Heather, I will read your super chat in just a second. Let me finish this thought. But thank you so much for the super chat. That is amazing. Thank you so much. But I'll get to it in just a second. So the Titanic did seem to develop a very, very strong list after that door went under. Now, the door was definitely a factor, but you've also got to remember Scotland Road. Scotland Road was a corridor that spanned nearly the entire length of Titanic. And that was also on the port side. So that was flooding as well. So I think the list has to do with the D-deck gangway door and Scotland Road. But if that door was shut, I'd say it'd at least buy them another 20 or 30 minutes at least. That's just a guess, though. All right, let's get to that super chat. Hi from Australia. Wow. Hi from America. Planning my 4th trip to the U.S. in 2022. Awesome. Staying on the Queen Mary. Oh, you're going to Long Beach on the Queen Mary? That's awesome. Loved your videos on that ship. Planning to get the haunted room. Oh, Heather, are you going to get B340? What parts of the Queen Mary most resemble the Titanic? Honestly, just walking on the ship, you get a Titanic feeling. Just like looking out the windows and stuff, it feels a lot like the Titanic. But honestly, the whole ship kind of has that feeling. But if you really want to compare the Queen Mary to another ship, the Queen Mary is a better comparison to the Lusitania, because they are both built by the Cunard line. Well, you guess you could go Cunard White Star, but still, the Queen Mary would be more closely resembled to the Lusitania than the Titanic. But any ships from that time still have that similar feel. Good luck finding Jackie. Jackie is a little girl ghost that wanders around the swimming pool. I did spend the night on board. Granted, I wasn't in B340. But I did not see anything. But I did have one weird experience in the engine room. There is a video on that on my channel. Okay, so many questions. Oh, wait, we got another super chat. Q&A. Hey, Historic Travels. Zombie again. Zombie, you are killing it tonight. Thank you so much, man. Hey, Historic Travels. I agree that the breakup in the James Cameron movie wasn't accurate. Correct. I completely agree with you. And thank you again for the super chat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, another super chat. Dude behind the camera. Hi, dude behind the camera. Okay. Was the Queen Mary Titanic sister ship? It was not. The Queen Mary was more closely related to the Lusitania than the Titanic. But any ships from that time, you could technically say they were related, but they were not part of the Olympic class. Montreal, can you cover the sinking of the Garden City? I am not familiar with the Garden City, but that is, I will look into that. Baron, why did the Titanic sink? Well, it hit an iceberg. That's the big reason. Saldamation, what if the Titanic's stern never sank and it floated if the watertight doors could hold back the water? It would have saved a lot of lives. But when the Titanic broke in two, in order for the back part of the ship to remain watertight and stable, that, there's no such thing as a clean break when things are falling apart like that. So it is possible that the stern could have floated, but I do think it would have sunk at some point. But Captain Smith also said that, the Titanic could actually be cut up into pieces and it would still float. So if it was a clean break, that is possible. Another super chat. Well, hang on. Whoa. All right. From Al. Al here. Love the videos. Thanks, man. Epic. Okay. Epic Zombie. Another super chat. All right, Q&A. The James Cameron movie is my favorite because I grew up with it. It was released the year I was born. The James Cameron movie is my favorite Titanic movie. It was released in 97. Yeah, and I was born in 91, so I was a kid at the time, but I really liked it. That movie is the reason I got into Titanic. Devin, I swear I found your channel like 3 days ago and you had 8,000 subs. Your channel's going to blow up and not like the Halifax explosion. Well, I hope not like the Halifax explosion. But thank you so much for your video. And Halifax explosion is another topic I am going to cover. Curious question, everybody. So did you guys like my last video, the whole discussion topic? Would you like me to make more videos like that, talking about what if scenarios? Did you all like those kind of videos? Nathan, well, you got 11. Yeah, I heard I jumped over 11,000. I hadn't seen that yet. Eric, can you cover the sinking of the Fitzgerald? Yes, I am going to cover the Fitzgerald at some point. I really, really like the Evan Fitzgerald song. The legend lives over the Triple Vaughan down at the Big Lake. I love that song. Yes. Okay. All right. We're going to cover more of those videos. Hell yeah. Yeah, I loved it. Yes. Love your videos. Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Whoa. Montreal, will you cover other topics on the channel, such as World War II? That was the thing Caden asked. Yeah, I thought I answered that. But yes, I am going to cover other topics other than World War II. I'm going to jump into that at some point. The Titanic series is like what initially got my channel going and what really inspired me. Like the Titanic is, that's what got me into history. So I made a series about that. And then I'm going to jump into other things as I go, like I did with the Wilhelm Gustloff or the Lusitania. Dude behind the camera, another super chat. What happened to Captain Smith when the Titanic sank? Well, I actually made a video about that, but it's actually theorized that Captain Smith was actually last seen on the bridge wing. It is discussed by the guy. There's a podcast that Titanic Honor and Glory did with the guy who wrote the book On a Sea of Glass. And Captain Smith was reported on the bridge with Thomas Andrews. And either him or Thomas Andrews said, as the Titanic was beginning her final plunge and going down, that Smith or Andrews, one of the two, said that there's no sense in waiting any longer. The Titanic's going. We've got to go. So that's, at that point, he jumped into the ocean as the final plunge was beginning. So that's what happened to him after that. We really don't know. But Millie, how did the Titanic's stern sink so quickly? Because it broke in two and it was structurally compromised big time from the actual breakup. So it just flooded rapidly and went down. It wasn't sealed up at all at that point. John, what is the page that has the lifeboat chart in the book on a sea of glass? I mean, I'd have to look for a second. Let me see if I can find. There it is. It is on page 196. If you've got the book, on page 196. Hope that helps. Okay. No spamming, please. No spamming on here. How did the... Wait. How did Chief Officer die? Was he the one who committed suicide or was it Murdoch? I don't think Murdoch did commit suicide. And as far as the chief officer, I'm not sure. But Murdoch, I don't think he did commit suicide. One account that I heard about Murdoch was that he was actually last seen trying to deal with collapsible A on the Titanic starboard side, right by the funnel. They actually were able to get that lifeboat down to the boat deck, and he was actually seen fighting to get the lifeboat free when the Titanic took a strong plunge and he went underwater with the ship, and then no one saw him again. So that's what I think happened to it. Mr. Slug, you're a smart guy. Thank you. Let's see. Angel, another super chat. Thank you. Hi, can you do a what if on if the iceberg hit the back instead of the front? Yes, I am going to cover that. That was already recommended to me. What would happen to Titanic if the iceberg, if they would have hit on the back part of the ship? That is already on my list, and that will be another discussion video. Okay. Walter, he may have got stuck in the ropes. That is possible. There was a lot of water rushing around. Like there was a big vortex of water as the bow part of the ship and the bridge were going under. So there's a bunch of things that could have happened to Murdoch. I don't think his body was recovered, but if anybody knows differently, please let me know. Seth, can you talk about the Estonia? The Estonia is on my list. The Estonia is definitely on my list as another ship I am going to cover. I will get to it as well. Thank you for the super chat. Everybody, I need to step away from the camera just for a second. I will be right back. There we go. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me? There we go. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Ah, no sound. We can't hear you. Okay, okay. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? No sound. Okay, okay. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Okay, okay. Sorry about that, guys. Perfect. Hi, 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 hi. Wow, whoa. Okay, everybody. I get it. Salamation, what would have happened if nobody survived the Titanic? Titanic would have gone down as a big mystery. I think Titanic, if nobody would have survived the Titanic, then the Titanic, I don't know if anybody here is familiar with a ship called the Mary Celeste. The Mary Celeste was a ship from the 1800s, and it vanished, and no one knew what happened to it. And then a few months later, the ship showed up on the other side of the ocean, and there was no one on board. So the ship had sailed completely empty of crew for a very long time. So I think the Titanic would have a similar story to that, you know? Chicken, I had a pic of the Edmund Fitzgerald, but it broke. Oh, that's sad. Historic Travels, could you make a video? I just talked about the Mary Celeste, Aeroflies. That's so funny. I had just talked about the Mary Celeste. I am going to cover that at some point. Thank you, Lord. Hello, I'm new to your channel. Thanks. Congrats, you found my channel. Hey, I recognize you from my last live stream. We covered the Doña Paz disaster. It was the worst maritime disaster in the Philippines. I feel like I've heard of the Doña Paz. Yeah, I will cover that too at some point. Let me go ahead and put that in. I am going to save your name, and I'm going to put that in. Dunya Paz. Thank you so much. I'm getting so many good ideas from everybody. Thank you. Paz Disaster. And your name is... Boom. Got it. Congrats, you found my channel. Gotcha. Thank you, man. Hello, Epic. I can't wait for you to hit 1 million. Thanks, Epic, but I think I have a while for that. S1, is it a good idea to raise the Britannic? I don't think they should, because the Britannic is a historic shipwreck, and if they raised it, they'd have to basically destroy it. So I'm not crazy about the idea. Hang on a second, guys. All right. Oh, gosh. Hang on, guys. Sorry, my phone's ringing like crazy. All right. I'm back. All right. Hello. Greetings from Vienna. Hello. Jonah, are you going to make a video about the sea diamond stuck in Greece in 2007? I actually do not know about the sea diamond. That's interesting. I'll need to do some research about that. Thank you. Here's a video idea. What if the Californian had got Titanic's calls for help from Steve? If the Californian had picked up the Titanic's calls and was actually able to help, then that would have been great, because that would also, we could also cover that in the, if another ship actually showed up to help the Titanic, we could cover it in that. Oh, whoa. Hold on a second, guys. Well, we got some super chats, and I completely missed them. Okay, Epic Zombie Killer. It is my birthday in June. I'll be turning 24. By the way, this channel is amazing. Oh, happy birthday, and thank you for the super chat. Jose, why was the Olympic scrapped? The Olympic was scrapped because it was at the end of its life, and you have to remember that ships weren't as popular in the early 1920s and 30s. They weren't seen as kind of a novelty like we think of them now. Ships in the 20s and 30s were no different than airplanes that are to us today. So the Olympic was scrapped to create work because, it was the Great Depression and people didn't have a job for a long time. Epic Zombie. Hey, Historic Travels, here's an idea. You should make a video on what happened to Thomas Andrews. I did make a video about Thomas Andrews. It is the first video that I ever made, but I am going to reshoot it at some point. But if you would like to go check it out, it is there. And thank you for the super chat, by the way. All the super chats. There we go. All right. Yoshi, what do you think the Titanic sounded like when it hit the ocean floor? It would have made a loud noise when it hit the ocean floor. There's actually a very funny joke in the James Cameron movie in Ghost of the Abyss where he says, can you imagine a fish just swimming along at the bottom of the ocean? And then all of a sudden this thing just goes, woo, it just hits the bottom of the ocean in front of the fish. And the fish would have been like, whoa. Like, can you imagine what a fish would think if they were down there when Titanic hit the ocean floor? Monty, wow, this place has grown. It's crazy how much my channel's grown, Monty. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it, everything you all have done for me. Aeroflies, do a video on the sinking of the Carpathia. There is even a supposed photo of the sinking. Yeah, the Carpathia, the first video I'm going to make is talking about how it got rescued, how it rescued the Titanic and everything that happened to it. However, going into the sinking would be interesting as well. Thank you. Will Z, wait, hang on, I just saw your question. I think it was, what type of computer do I use? I have a Windows computer that I use I like to play video games, so I have a Windows computer for gaming. It's a little bit of an older system, but I still like it. And I do my editing on a Mac. I like using a Mac. Cryptic, hey, I got a video idea for you. What would happen if the Titanic sank in shallow waters? Could she have been saved or raised? If the Titanic had sunk in shallower waters, okay, Sound Animation, please stop spamming the channel, please. If you have a question for me, just post it and I'll try to read it. You don't need to spam it over and over. And if the Titanic had sunk in shallow waters, she probably could have been saved, but it depends on what your definition of shallow waters is. The Britannic is technically in shallow waters, but it's 400 feet. But if the Titanic was in shallow enough waters where they could just lift it up, maybe she could have been saved. But look at the coast of Concordia. They had to scrap that. Did the Carpathia sink due to an iceberg? I actually think the Carpathia was torpedoed. Gamer Boy, what is this live stream about? People just asking questions, talking about Titanic, talking about history. That's what we're doing in this channel. Codename, what if the Britannic sank in deep water? We actually kind of talked about that in my last video, my discussion video. You know, because we talked about would the Britannic have continued to roll and then just dip beneath the surface sideways, or could the stern have actually gone vertical like the Titanic did? We actually made a discussion about that. The Miner, make the live stream longer, please. I usually do about 1 hour live streams, so well, we may go a little bit over that tonight. I'm not sure yet. Red, why do you film your video in a different place than your live stream? Oh, just because it's a little bit easier for me to set up the live stream. I'd use a tripod and stuff with a camera where I actually shoot my videos, and then on my live stream, I just use my laptop. So, Opium, Ori Painum. Hi, it's crazy. You're already at 10K. Thank you. I can't believe I just said opium. Ocean Starline, will you ever do a video on the SS Narnik, the White Star Line ship that vanished without a trace in 1893. Also, congrats. I actually have not heard of that ship, the SS Narnik. I'm actually going to make another note of that. Thank you. I'm going to save your name, so when I do that video, I will give you a shout out, but I am completely unfamiliar with that vessel. Okay. And I've got your name on here. Thank you. Okay. Save. Thank you. All right. What else? I am gamer. I subscribe. Thank you. Titanic historian. Hopefully, I will go to Belfast Island for my 13th birthday in July and do. Yeah, I saw you mentioned that earlier. I saw that comment earlier. Opium, ha. I still got your. Okay. James, have you ever heard of the sinking of the battleship Arizona? I have heard of the Arizona, the ship in Pearl Harbor. Aeroflies, could you do a video on the sinking of the RMS Republic? Second Officer Lightoller served as first officer on that ship. I did not know that Lightoller was on the Republic, but the Republic is an interesting ship. And the Republic is another topic as to why. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the Republic. Well, the Republic was the one that started to sink, but it took it like 12 or 13 hours to sink. And it didn't have enough lifeboats on board either. And they actually used the lifeboat system the Titanic had effectively because there were other ships in the area. I believe the Republic is also the one that supposedly has a bunch of gold on it. Okay. How did the Arizona sink? It was hit by a torpedo or a bomb in Pearl Harbor. Nathan, hi Sam, how are you doing? I am doing well, Nathan. How are you? Titanic historian, have you been to the Titanic Museum in Pigeon Forge? I have. It was a long time ago, but I have been there. The Nomadic is still alive. Yes, the Nomadic is still around. Scotty, hello. I am new to your channel and love your videos. Thank you. Beam me up, Scotty. Aaron, hi everyone. Thomas, have you ever been to Halifax to see the Titanic history? I have not been to Halifax. I have visited the UK, but I was only in London for a few days, but I didn't get to make it over there. Let's see. Could you make a video about the Hindenburg from Saldenmation? I am going to cover the Hindenburg as well at some point. Dude, do you play Minecraft? On occasion, I play Minecraft. More lately, I've been playing a lot of Rocket League. Adam, why is the bow of the Britannic broken? Because when the Britannic went down, it was in shallow water. So when the Britannic hit the seabed, it hit the ground like that. And then as the ship fell, it just warped the hull, and then the bow of the ship just snapped off. It was how the Britannic went down, because the Britannic's bow hit the seafloor while the stern was still sticking up out of the water. Kopal, please, will you make a video on the Soviet hospital ship Armina? I'm sorry for asking this like the 5th time. This is the first time I've seen that question. I'm not very familiar with the Soviet hospital ships, but I will look into that. Thank you. Let me go ahead and make a note of that. Okay. Thank you for the comment. I will look into that ship and we may be able to make a video out of it. I'm not familiar with those ships, though. I'm not familiar with ships from the Soviet era. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Millie, do you have any other books that you'd recommend other than On a Sea of Glass about Titanic? Oh, there's a lot of good books other than On a Sea of Glass. I like the art book by Ken Marshall. There's like a book about the Titanic inquiries, like all the testimony. That's a good book. There's all kinds of them. Most books are about the Titanic are pretty accurate. It's just I just have to look into it a little bit to answer more questions. I do have one book that I have been reading a bit as of late. I think it'll make an interesting video. What do you guys think? Do you think this would make a good discussion? The ghost stories of the Queen Mary? I think this is something I might discuss at some point if anybody else is interested. Let me know in the chat if y'all want me to do a video on Queen Mary ghosts. Cryptic, is the Poseidon ship based on a true story? I don't believe it is. Yes, yes. Ooh, yes, yes. Okay, everybody wants me to do a video on the Queen Mary ghosts. Okay. All right, guys. I'll make a video on Queen Mary ghosts as well. I did not see any when I was on board, but if anybody is interested, I do have one video from when I was down in the engine room, and I might have caught a sound, but I do not know. Let's see. From Mantis, do you have any artifacts from Titanic? Just a piece of coal. I just have a piece of coal from the Titanic. Molly, do you believe in ghosts? I like to keep an open mind. I don't really know if I believe in ghosts or not, but I do enjoy the stories and I like to have fun. So if I saw something, I'd be like, oh, okay then. But I haven't seen anything directly. But I have been to the Stanley Hotel, and I didn't spend the night, but I have been there, and I have been to the Queen Mary, and about an hour and a half from here, there's a town called Weston, and there's an insane asylum there, and it was probably the wind, but I thought I felt something like graze my hand when I was in there, and it was middle of the day. It was really warm, and this was like 15 years ago. But when I was touring it, I might have felt something, but there were broken windows. It was probably the wind, but it's still fun. It was enough to make me look at my hand. I was like, what was that? Let's see. Codename Crazy. Hi, Codename. I like your name. When I visit the Queen Mary, I'm going to bring a bouquet of flowers and lay the flower in each zone where someone died to honor them. Oh, that's really nice. I really hope they open the Queen Mary soon because the Queen Mary's actually been closed for a while due to COVID. And I actually think the company that was running the Queen Mary actually filed for bankruptcy. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. Granaldo, what are your thoughts on the James Cameron movie? I actually really like the James Cameron movie. I know the movie has a lot of inaccuracies based on what we know today about Titanic, but we wouldn't know so much about Titanic today if it wasn't for the James Cameron movie. So I really like it and I admire it for what it is. I think people are too hard on the James Cameron movie based on they try to judge it with all the knowledge that we have today. When you can't do that, you got to remember the movie came out in the 90s. We learned so much more about Titanic because of the James Cameron movie. Joel, was there really a car on Titanic? There was a car on Titanic. However, I don't believe it was assembled. I think it was in pieces. I don't think it was sitting in the cargo hold like we see in the movie. I think it was crated up like in parts, but there was a car on board. I could be wrong about that though. Have you seen A Night to Remember? I have. It's a good movie. Eric, make a video on the Queen Mary. Maybe it served in World War I. Oh, the Queen Mary wasn't around in World War I. Also, please answer a little. Yeah, the Queen Mary was built in the 30s, so it wasn't around for the First World War. But World War II, it was there. Think A Night to Remember was a good movie based on the book. Night to Remember was a really, really good movie, and the book is really good too. And A Night to Remember, the film, if anybody here wants a very, very good, accurate recreation of the Titanic story, look up A Night to Remember. It's on YouTube. You can look it up. You can watch it for free. And it is the most accurate account to what happened to Titanic, minus the breakup. They didn't have the ship break into it, just sunk intact in that. Adam, have you been on board the Queen Mary 2? I have not, but I really want to do it. Next time I go to Europe, I actually want to do a transatlantic crossing if cruising ever gets going again. Claire, you ever read Wreck of the Titan? I have it. I am going to do a video about it. I teased it in my last live stream that I'm going to do a video on the Wreck of the Titan. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Molly, what is your favorite ghost movie? Oh, could you call The Mummy a ghost movie? Probably not. You all are probably going to laugh, but I really like Tower of Terror, that old Disney movie. Ghost Ship is really good. Ghost Ship's a really good movie. I'm not really big into horror films, though. Fun fact, that was before the wreck had been discovered, yes. Aeroflask, could you make a video about the pictures of the iceberg that sunk the Titanic? There are multiple, maybe talk about the one which actually sunk it. As far as I know, there's two. They say that the iceberg looked like the Rock of Gibraltar, I think. But there's a picture that says that they saw red paint on the berg. But the Titanic Honor and Glory guys said that that was a questionable claim. So I don't know about that. But I do believe the iceberg went above the bridge wing. I believe it was that tall. Brandon, got to go. All right, see you, Brandon. Thanks for tuning in. Walter, never seen Tower of Terror. It's okay. If you grew up when I did, like in the early 2000s, they had those Disney Channel original movies. Tower of Terror was on that. Even Stevens, That's So Raven, shows like that. Has anybody in here ever heard of a Disney movie called, what was it? Xenon Girl of the 21st Century? I remember that from when I was little. Like a space station was about to blow up or something. Has anybody here heard of that movie? Is the Queen Mary falling apart from Orion? I think that's how you say your name. The Queen Mary is falling apart. They're not taking care of it the way it needs to be, but it isn't in the best shape. They're doing the best they can. Yes, no. A lot of people have heard about that old movie. If y'all have Disney Plus, it's on there. It's very cheesy. Very cheesy movie based by today's standards. If you go on Disney Plus, they have a bunch of those old movies from the 90s, and it's interesting. Historic Travels, do you think Titanic went vertical? I do. Cheeser, do you think the Legend of the Flying Dutchman is true? I think the Legend of the Flying Dutchman has to do with the Mary Celeste. I think that's the ship. I think the Legend of the Flying Dutchman is based on the Mary Celeste. David, will you cover the Normandy? The Normandy is on my list, but I do not know much about that ship. Bonbon, how are you doing? I am doing well. How are you? Eva, will the Queen Mary eventually be scrapped? I really hope not. I really hope it won't. Have you ever watched War of the World? Worlds? War of the Worlds? Are you talking? Yeah, I've seen the newer one. I haven't seen the old one. Are you talking about the radio broadcast? Let's see. William, what would happen if the Titanic stern during the final plunge stayed up much longer than it did in real life in the movie? It wouldn't have affected things too much. Very few people would have been able to stay on the Titanic stern if the ship had went completely vertical. You know, the only people that were able to be on it were people who were actually hanging on, unless they went to the ship and tried to hang on, but the power would have been out. It wouldn't have made that much of a difference. Daisy, I'm new to the channel. Hi, Daisy. I think I'll, it's 8 o'clock. I think I'll extend the stream for just a little bit longer, but I am going to wrap up soon. Let's see. Okay, speaking, no ship has capsized like the Poseidon movie. Minutes before New Year's, the Poseidon ship is based off a time the Queen Mary almost capsized. I did not know the Queen Mary had almost capsized. That's very interesting. I know the Lusitania hit a rogue wave. I don't know if it came in danger of capsizing, but I know it tore up the bridge a bit. Steve, have you seen the 2012 Titanic miniseries? I have not. Cutting room floor. Would the Titanic have floated substantially longer if the D-deck gangway door had been closed and all the portholes? I think it would have stayed up about 20 or 30 minutes longer, because you got to think Scotland Road was on the port side of the ship as well, just like the D-deck gangway door. So I think it would have sunk. I think it would have delayed it, but for how long is questionable. Let's see. Have you ever watched Titanic Blood and Steel from Rhett? I have not. I have not seen it. I've seen pictures of it, but I have not watched it. Matthew, will you be one of the first people on the new Titanic? I don't want them to build a new Titanic, so I doubt I will go on it. Okay, Captain Alex. Okay, speaking on the topic of Britannic here, my question is, what if the Britannic sank like the Titanic? Then the only people that would have been hurt in Britannic would have been the people who were actually injured by the initial detonation of the mine. If Britannic had sunk like Titanic did, there wouldn't have been hardly any loss of life on it. The Britannic still only had, I think, 32 people died. So Britannic really wasn't that bad of a disaster when you compare it to Titanic. And I don't think any lifeboats would have gotten chopped up. Epic. Fun fact, the Titanic 2 movie is a model of Queen Mary in Long Beach. Yeah, I saw that. I actually posted a picture of that. Let's see, the Fish Slayer. What video would you maybe post next? The Fish Slayer, I have a couple of ideas, but no spoilers. My next video will probably be up in the next few days. Nathan, do you think if Titanic's bulkheads went all the way up, do you think she would have stayed afloat or delayed the sinking? Yes, I do. You got to remember the bulkheads only went up to E deck, I believe, so that allowed the water to spill over. If the bulkheads went up higher, it could have delayed things. But the whole idea around that at the time was to allow the people on board the ship to have easy access. Because if the bulkheads went all the way up, then they would have had to climb open over them. So it would have been inconvenient. And at the time, 4 compartments. Titanic was as safe as they thought they could make a ship at the time. All right, everybody. I think I'm about to wrap up the stream here. I'll take a couple of last-minute questions, but I think I'm going to close out for the night. Dakota, have you seen that one kid Titanic movie called Legend of Titanic? That cartoon, yeah. I have not watched it, but I've seen clips of it. It looks really ridiculous. Didn't like an octopus grab the Titanic or something? I think that's what it is. I've just seen clips of it. Fresca, Historic Travels, what happened to the crow's nest workers in the Titanic? Well, there were several. I know Frederick Fleet survived, but I don't know if Reginald Lee did. Frederick Fleet survived, but I don't know if Reginald Lee did. Bon, if Titanic made a clean split, would she still sink? The bow section would have definitely sunk, but if it had made a clean split, then the stern might have stayed afloat longer. All right, everybody. Well, hey, I think I'm going to wrap up the stream here. Thanks everybody so much for coming tonight, and thanks everybody for all the questions, and to all my people who gave super chats. I really appreciate that as well. All right, everybody. Well, hey, thank you all so much, and I will do another live stream really, really soon, and it was a ton of fun, guys. All right, everybody. Well, hey, you all stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.